I grew up in Northwest Pennsylvania playing hockey, and I was chasing a hockey career. I had definitely had some injuries, slap shot in the face, two nose surgeries, a lot of stitches in my face. And I just had an epiphany one day when I was playing in Germany that if it was going to happen for me in the NHL, it would have happened already. It's time to move on. And so I really struggled with my identity. I received Jesus as my Lord and Savior when I was 16. But when you're playing, hockey at a high level, it's really hard to say, I'm going to pray for you, Christian brother, be a professing good Christian. At least it was a struggle for me. I know there's other pro players out there that do it well. I just struggled with it. So it wasn't until after I left hockey that I found myself on a curb in a city I'd never been in. I was lost. I was a hockey player my whole life. I was probably 25, 24, 25 years old when this happened. And I just really prayed a prayer that God would use me. And as I was praying that prayer, what came back was, are you usable? And that's a sobering thought, to say, okay, am I usable? I don't think I am. I didn't like myself, didn't like my self-image, didn't like my confidence. I didn't know what value I brought to the world. I really struggled. And it wasn't until I met a Christian mentor that said, hey, if you don't like this, you don't like who you are, here's 30 books, go read them.
Mm.
And at the time, we didn't have social media and we didn't have our phones, as devices. We had television. And so he said, turn off the TV and read these books. And I did. I turned off the TV for 2 years and I read these 30, 40 books. And I think it changed. I don't think, I know it changed me in a good way. And so that became the journey of really trying to hear from God and follow a path of God. I've messed up along the way for sure. But for the most part, I've been really craving intuition and hearing from God daily. And I've answered that call a couple of times. One of them was when I started what is M is good now, what was marketing ministries.
I just want to pause and touch on something there because I think
Yeah.
this is so important. Books are powerful.
Books are
And
powerful. Yeah.
obviously, the Bible is the most important and most powerful book we can ever read. And I hope that listeners are in the book regularly, in the Bible, because God speaks to us through his word, right? But he also gives other people, individuals, unique messages specifically for other people to help them. And books just, there's so much power in them. And they're not like social media posts that just disappear in a sea of vastness. A book, if it's if it speaks to the reader, and if you connect with that reader, they're going to hold on to that book and they're going to learn from you. And so I just can't emphasize enough, there's always going to be a need for books, I believe. It just then becomes a matter of how are you going to reach your readers, which we'll touch more about